Hello, friends. Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey. Once again, rocking this awesome Kashiyama suit. Tell you more about them in a little bit. We're going to dive into the rumors here. First up, is Dak going to become the highest paid player in the NFL? I do think this is the route things are trending. Not that it's a huge surprise if you've been paying attention to the Cowboys Report. So I'm going to give it 3 stars on this one. Nothing set in stone. And there's also a big but that we'll get to on this one as well. Now, the latest report from the Dallas Morning News is that the Cowboys and Dak have resumed contract talks. That one isn't new, I should say. B, that the offer right now on the table for Dak is a deal that would make him the highest paid player in the NFL. And the but is that for now, because Patrick Mahomes and or Deshaun Watson are probably going to blow past that mark when it comes to highest paid players. Now, the main disagreement right now is on a 4-year deal versus a 5-year deal. Now, if the Cowboys make Dak the highest paid guy, that could be guaranteed money, but I think a little bit more likely is that it's actually on the per year side of it. So that would come in $35 million or even above the $35 million that Russell Wilson makes. Now, I want to emphasize the difference comes on the years involved, and that does impact what the contract will look like. That is a significant difference. We showed you this on our most recent rumors show. The 4-year deal versus a 5-year deal, yeah, Dak ends up getting $43 million in year 5. It's not as good of a deal for Dak Prescott because the time we get to that year 5, that free agency year, the cap will have gone significantly up, and the quarterback market will have gone up as well. So, yeah, you're missing 43 in year 5, but if Dak goes with a 4-year deal by the time it gets to year 5, you could be looking at $45 million might be the baseline for quarterbacks if the contracts do explode the way we think they're going to for the NFL salary cap. So that is a significant difference, and that's why at the time of this, there is no new deal. So I think in the end, this deal gets done. We'll see if it's for 4 years or for 5 years. The Cowboys bump the per year up to $36 million. Still actually a favorable deal. 36 on 5 is better for the Cowboys than 35 on 4. You saw the numbers there, just add 1. It's pretty simple. Now we're going to talk draft here in just a little bit, but do you guys want a mock draft, a 7-round Cowboys mock draft? Type Y for yes, type N for no. If you typed your Ys for yes and you're not already, go ahead and hit that big red button and subscribe today. Maybe we got one of those coming up for you guys here in a little bit. And by maybe, I mean that, yeah, we absolutely do at the current moment. Next up, how about taking Jalen Hurts instead of Dak Prescott? Before we get into my thoughts on this, I'll let you guys cast your votes. Pick a quarterback. Type P for Prescott or type H for Jalen Hurts. I will make this the pinned comment of the video. So if you're watching on YouTube and you get an ad break here, you can scroll on down, type your P's or your H's. I hate this idea. I hate this. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw what triggered me. This is from Spotrac. Does great work on the contract side of it. Really fantastic in that area. They put out a would you rather. Dak Prescott at $35 million a year or draft Jalen Hurts at 17 overall. Thanks, I hate it. Horrible idea. This is a massive reach for Hurts, who I actually kind of like as a quarterback and would love as a backup, but I ain't spending a first-round pick on him. No way. He's not as good as Dak Prescott right now. There's no way. So why would you downgrade and go with an unknown? The best case scenario for Jalen Hurts, I'm talking absolute best case, if everything goes according to plan, is that he kind of ends up being a Dak Prescott caliber quarterback. So why wouldn't you just stick with the quarterback that you have? And none of that, the scenario was a first-round pick for him, which doesn't make it worthwhile whatsoever. Jalen, you guys like to complain about Dak not being a great reader of defenses, which, yeah, he's actually pretty solid overall. Hurts is not good at it. I don't like the idea of taking a lesser quarterback, spending a draft pick premium on it so I can save, $30 million-ish, $35 million-ish a year. It's still going to make me a worse team. It's not a worthwhile investment. I hate this idea. If your best case scenario is you draft a quarterback as good as the one you would be replacing, maybe you shouldn't be drafting a quarterback given that Dak is still ascending and we don't know what Jalen Hurts is going to be. It's a bad idea. A really bad idea for the Dallas Cowboys. I hate it. What I don't hate, though, is this awesome Kashiyama suit. Now, you can get one of your own by calling or texting 214-448-9037. Don't worry, guys. I'll put that phone number in the comments and the description. And those of you who watch the show, you know that's Mick's phone number. They just launched their brand new modern tailor line. These are machine washable. They don't get wrinkled. You don't have to iron them. They travel ready. You can literally put them in the washing machine and they'll be fine. They come with a nice little bag to set you up there. And they start, by the way, at $300. That's the same price as the normal chain suits, only these ones are far more comfortable. They're not going to be as cottony. They're a way better fabric, and they're going to fit perfectly. So call or text 214-448-9037 to get your modern tailor line fitting today. Let's talk about kickers now for the Dallas Cowboys. Since from the last time we did a full rumors roundup, Greg Zuerlein has since signed. So there's going to be a camp battle of kicker, right? Kind of, sort of, not really, technically, yeah, but it's not full-fledged competition. I'm going to give it 2 stars. So as you know, as I'm sure you know, the Cowboys have signed Greg Zuerlein after they picked up Kai Forbath. It was a 3-year contract, $7.5 million for Greg Zuerlein, and the important part here is the guaranteed money. $2.25 for Greg Zuerlein, $137K guaranteed for Kai Forbath. Now, we don't have the exact structure of this contract, but in most cases, guaranteed money, you can't get out of that after a year unless it's really weirdly structured, which I don't really foresee that happening. So for the Cowboys, the past couple of years for Greg Zuerlein, he hasn't been the same guy. They still paid him a pretty significant amount of money. That is noteworthy. $2.25 versus $137K. Well, guess who ends up being a clear-cut favorite? It's the guy with a lot more invested in them. For the past couple of seasons, Greg Zuerlein, statistically, actually hasn't been as good as Kai Forbath, which is kind of crazy to think about. The extra points in favor of Greg Zuerlein, the distances he's got longer there, and Zuerlein has played more games overall. But the issue is, that's not that different. But the Cowboys are not opening this up as a true competition. With that amount of guaranteed money to one compared to the other, that's a clear indication that Greg Zuerlein is the heavy favorite to win the kicking job for the Dallas Cowboys. That's what it tells me. So there might be a competition, but with that amount of guaranteed money, that amount of difference, the Cowboys clearly think that Greg Zuerlein is going to be the guy unless something unexpected happens in training camp. So cast your votes. Type Z, I think first time we've done that for Greg Zuerlein, or type F for Forbath. Let's talk trades now. How about trading for William Jackson? It's an interesting idea. I actually really like it. Normally when we talk about trades, we go, I don't know. I'm giving this 2 stars because it's still a trade, and I'm never going to give it 3 in the talking about should someone do it. But the likelihood is at least somewhat possible. That there is a path I see in which the Bengals go, you know what, maybe we should move on from Jackson. We just paid Trey Waynes. You know, we signed Mackenzie Alexander. So there's an overhaul right now. But I still think they believe that William Jackson is going to be their number 1 corner. The reasons why they might move on from him, he's in the last year of his contract. And quite frankly, Jackson is coming off a down season. That is significant. And he was great the first year he was healthy. Pretty solid in year 2, which was his year 3 because he didn't play in his first season. And then this past year was not great. You see that the production declined, nowhere near as many pass breakups. It was a new defensive scheme. I guess he just wasn't quite comfortable. But I firmly believe that William Jackson, if he returns to form, and as a young player, I think he will, would be the Cowboys' number 1 corner. And if I could get him for a 4th-round pick, because he's only got 1 year left on his deal, you could talk me into a 3rd potentially, I'm all over that. I think that'd be a great pickup for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, normally the players you want aren't often on the trade market, so I'm not going to assume the Bengals choose to move on from him. So let's say you're Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones or Will McClare or whatever member of the Cowboys power broker you want to be. Who would you guys trade for? Let me know in the comments section. Shout out whichever name you're in the market for down there in the comments. Maybe it's a Jamal Adams. I'm sure that one will be a popular pick based on recent history. As a reminder, these modern tailor suits from Kashiyama are fantastic. They are built for the modern professional. You can throw them in your washing machine. They don't need ironing. They are travel ready. They are fantastic. So call or text 214-448-9037 to get yours today. Let's look ahead now to the draft side of it. Is safety still a need for the Cowboys? I'm going to give this one 4 stars, actually. I like where the Cowboys are at in terms of this season. You have Clinton Dix, you have Xavier Woods, but beyond that, you actually don't have very much. Clinton Dix came in on a 1-year deal. Xavier Woods, the other starter, he's in the last year of his contract. So in terms of beyond this season, there's not a whole lot on the roster. That makes it a need, maybe not an urgent need, but if you find the right value in round 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or whenever, you should still have interest in adding one of those safeties. So again, we'll take a long-term look here at where things sit for the Cowboys. Xavier Woods, Clinton Dix are free agents after the 2020 season. Darian Thompson, a backup on a 2-year deal. Donovan Wilson is the only one locked in beyond 2020. That's not very many guys, and he didn't play very much last year. So let me know in the comments, which safety do you guys want? Who would you like to pick up if you're the Cowboys? I would love Antoine Winfield in round 2. I'm not sure he's going to be there, but with a pretty solid top-end safety market, I think you'd be able to find somebody if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Last up here is Dontari Poe. Was that a good pickup? I was surprised we're complaining. Why are we complaining, guys? Not so much you, but more Twitter. I'm adding Twitter here. It was a good pickup, okay? They made a good move. 4 stars on this one. They embraced Fatties Only 2020. Buy your t-shirt today, folks. A 2-year, $9.5 million deal. There's also reports saying it's up to $10.5 million, so I'm sure there are some incentives tacked on as well here. That's less than $5 million per year. The way you're going to structure this contract is probably going to be more like 3.5 in year 1 and more coming in year 2. And you desperately needed a run stopper. You had to find one. Would I prefer Damon Harrison? Yeah, probably. I think he's a little bit better run stopper right now. But Poe played really well last year. He still brings you some penetration, maybe more so than Damon Harrison does in the passing game. So for the Cowboys, I wanted one of a Dontari Poe or a Mike Pennell or Damon Harrison. He's still the best run stopper this team has seen in several years. Is it an A-plus grade? No, probably not. Is it still a B? You're damn right. Why complain? I love getting Dontari Poe. It's a good pickup by the Cowboys. You have Gerald McCoy. You have Dontari Poe. Tanking, if you keep Tyrone Crawford, guys, that front can stop the run. That front can free up your linebackers to go make plays. This is embracing Fatties Only 2020. So, yeah, I'm not going to complain about it, even if maybe it wasn't the most perfect signing by the Cowboys in the end. Hey, Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.